Hey you guys, this is the sketch that we're going to be doing today. It's Operation Right Home sketch number 32. And though it's very simple, I think these cards give you a lot of bang only because you can really use this beautiful pattern paper. Okay, so once again, we're going to continue on with the Georgia Blues. And we're going to do the A2 size card. But this time we're gonna use the flap on the side instead of using your standard card opening. We're just going to turn it a little bit. So the main pattern paper I'm using is my favorite one actually in the whole paper pad, which is this blue one right here. And we're attaching it to a 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 mat. And for our card panel, we are going to be putting that on top of a black cardstock. So we're just putting down, I'm using the tape runner on this one. So I'm using the art glitter glue again just to, help keep it more secure. And though I did score it where it would be like a top folding card, I'm just turning it on its side. See, the glue allowed me to be able to pull that up pretty quick after I laid it down crooked. And it allows me to be able to line it up better and get it more even than I originally had it. And I just keep moving it and adjusting it, and then when I go to lay it down, if it looks like maybe it's not, adhering because some of the glue might have dried, I'll just put a little bit more glue on it. So for the center strip here, I'm doing whatever size they have written in the very beginning. If you pause the video, all I did was add 1/8 of an inch to it to get it that border edge. Okay, and I am bordering, I think, this piece and the first one that we put down with the blue, I did the border in a white card base. And then the sentiment, because it's on stamped on white, I did a black border. So that way the sentiment itself will also stand out. So I'm just going to lay this down pretty much like right in the center. And I'm holding it kind of facing me so that way I can make sure that it's nice and even. And now we're going to attach our sentiment, which I stamped using the VersaFine Black Onyx ink. And it's probably one of my favorite happy birthday sentiments that I have. I use it a lot because I like the scripty, the scripty handwriting. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue down here in the center. And I picked the center only because the top and the bottom is really not going to touch down because of the thickness of the centerpiece that we have. So I didn't feel like I needed to put a whole lot down. And then I'm grabbing the Nuvo drops just to put 3 down at the bottom. Because I felt like the sentiment, though, it's pretty big, I felt like the Nuvo drops really would work better there so you can really see it. Because of the dark blue pattern, I think they would fade. You wouldn't be able to really tell that they were there. So real quick, just to show you guys, because I don't always put something in the center of the cards. And every once in a while, I'll be like, okay, well, let me go ahead and do that. And you can do something just as simple. Put your little a piece of white cardstock on in the center, so that'll allow you to write your message, or you could leave it with the black cardstock and just use your white gel pen. If you don't want to use the gel pen, then I just suggest putting in a panel. And I'm going to do this to the other one that I did off camera and put that on the inside, so then these would be ready to go whenever I want to, give it to somebody. All I would have to do is stamp a sentiment and sign it on the inside, and it's all done. And those are our patterns. And this one I did exactly the same. I didn't really change anything up to do, anything different. I really was just testing it out and making sure I had a good balance with the pattern paper. And I liked how it turned out. So I just did a second one exactly the same. And on here, you could do all kinds of things. You could also add sequins if you're more of a sequin person, or gemstones. There's no limit in what you can do. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And at the very end here, I will have links to previous sketch videos, the one from last Friday and the one prior most likely. And I will see you guys with our next video.